Officer, Commander of the Naval Safety Center, Rear Admiral Christopher Murray.
So when you get to be an old guy, like me, they read your whole bio. So I go up north to Rhode Island to the Chief Petty Officers Academy up there, and they read my whole bio word for word. And afterwards, I'm drained. You know, how old can this guy be? And look at all the stuff he's done. So thanks for the abbreviated bio. Yeah, I'm very happy. I was in the first scholarship class at JMU, and you know, I still want to game with ODU again because they caught us on some bad days. So it's been a great fall for us. Thanks for inviting me here today, Commodores, skippers, friends, family, and spouses. I received my wings here 32 years ago last December. Probably not the same place, because I don't think the same place was set up this way, but it was somewhere in here. And I remember thinking to myself, three things. Man, I'm glad the training command's over. You know, it sucked. You know, it was hard. You were a student the whole time. Got a guy up in the front giving you grief, you know, but you finally made the grade. So that was my number one thing. I was excited about going to the fleet. The fleet is where you should be. It's the cutting edge, and so I was excited about that. And last but not least, I was going, who's this old guy that's going to be a guest speaker up here? And man, I hope he gets his speech over quick, and I'm not going to disappoint. I'd like to acknowledge all the family, spouses, and friends in the audience today. Thanks for raising and supporting these soon-to-be Naval flight officers. Please know they've been well-trained to do their jobs, will be flying in the latest and modern aircraft, and leadership is empowered to keep them safe. You also have my assurance as the Commander of the Naval Safety Center that we will do all we can to assess risk and minimize mishaps. We've done very well in the last 3 years since I've been here. I'd like to offer congratulations to the Naval flight officers for receiving their wings. You've successfully completed a syllabus that prepared you far better than I was for the next step, which is your fleet squadron, and you're gonna have to go through the FRS to get there. Earning your wings means that you've earned Naval Aviation's trust and confidence, and aren't a pledge anymore, and now you're a dues-paying member. And those dues will be paid with the professional execution of your duties every time you fly in one of Naval Aviation's aircraft. It also means you're part of the Naval Aviation family. To me, that's meant a career of being mentored by those senior to me and being a mentor to those who have worked for me. I do far more of the former now, but still get advice and direction as an admiral, both from the Pentagon and, most importantly, my wife. My charter from home. The trail has already been blazed by Naval flight officers before you to achieve the highest ranks and be selected from those prestigious positions in DoD. Everyone in this class has the talent required to excel, but it's the hard work and personal sacrifice, and for those who are spouses of naval aviators, who know about the sacrifice you're willing to make that will make the difference on how far you go. While you're on your naval aviation journey, take the time to get to know the people that you fly with. My experience tells me, as I look in the rearview mirror at this 33-year adventure, that for the most part, the people you're going to fly with are the best this country has to offer. Many of my fellow first tour squadron mates are still friends, and they have reached the highest levels in both military and civilian world. As I look back at almost 33 years, my fondest memories are of the people. I always tell a story about Chip Malloy. So, Chip was my pilot when I went to Top Gun. We walked in the squadron the first day, and the skipper looked at me and he goes, "Hey, you're an NFO, you're going to be the legal officer. You know, you're going to do a lot of work and everything. I don't want you to worry about doing a really hard ground job because you're going to be bouncing. I want you to run it back into the ship." And Chip got first lieutenant, which was another hard job too, but we kind of pair bonded and we went to Top Gun together. So for the young folks in the audience, you have to imagine, we lived in a world without social media. There was no Snapchat, there was no Facebook, there was no texting. You had to communicate with people So we were coming back from our second cruise, and we were talking about, what do you want to do with the rest of your life? So I asked Chip, and Chip had come from very humble beginnings. He is an American of success story. Single parent home, Baltimore, inner city. His mother was a nurse, hardly made any money. Chip went to a very prestigious high school and an athletic scholarship in high school, and then he went to the Naval Academy. So after that, Chip became a naval aviator. And he goes, and I said, why'd you ever fly? And he goes, well, I went on a submarine, and I said, man, I don't want to be where these guys are. All they eat is soft ice cream and go under the water. He goes, I don't want to be a SWO because they always eat their young and they're always mean to their JOs. He goes, I wanted to be a naval aviator because I thought those were the coolest guys in the Navy. So that's why he became a naval aviator, and a good one at that. So he said, you know, I've never had money in my life, and I'd like to go out and I'd like to get a master's degree in business from a very good school and then go conquer the business world. So I said, that's awesome, dude. What do you want to do, Ollie? And I said, well, I kind of like what I do. I kind of want to make this a career. So he looked at me in the eye as a Naval Academy graduate and an aviation officer candidate school graduate, and he said, how far do you think you're going to go? And as a joke, I said, you know, I think I'll be an admiral someday. And he said, no effing way will you ever be an admiral. I said, I'll bet you $100. So we did a handshake bet for $100 in 1988. Well, needless to say, we'll talk about Chip first. So Chip got his master's degree at Darden, went on, he jumped around a bunch of jobs, and you start to look at the jobs he's in and the companies he's in, and these are the companies that changed the world in the last 20 years. He was at Capital One, Circuit City. He learned a lot in these companies, and he ended up going to PetSmart as the CFO. He turned around PetSmart in about 2 years. So he called me up one day and he goes, dude, I'm retiring. I said, oh, from PetSmart? He goes, no, from life. You know, I'm gonna retire. He goes, it made $16 million in our last bonus. I don't ever have to work again. And I said, that's awesome. So he went off. I'm still making Navy pay now. So he went off, he retired, got close to his kids who were all teenagers, kind of put himself in line with them. So what do you know? I make flag. So I texted him one day and I said, you owe me $100. No, a couple less. So he came back. He goes, you're kidding me? No, you're not. Oh, okay. So later on, about 2 or 3 weeks later, we're sitting in the house and my son, Dad, we got a package. At the time he's 6, 7. So I go, well, bring it in here. Open it up, and it's a $100 bill frame. And it says, Admiral Murray, this is one bet I'm glad I lost. Here for a chip. And on the back, there's an envelope. I said, what's in the envelope, son? Dad, it's a lot of money. So I opened up the envelope, and $624 is wrapped up in a piece of paper. And he goes, here's interest on $100, compounded annually for 20 years at 6.5%. And it's in cash because I know you never cash a check. Well, you know, greatest lesson in the world for my son here. You make a bet, you put a goal out there. Both of us achieved our goals and everything like that. And he's eyeing that $100 bill in the frame. And I said, he looked at me right in the eye and he goes, Dad, when you die, who gets that $100 bill? And I had a quick one right back to him. And I said, son, that would be your mother. She's 11 years younger than me, and she's sure, you know, basically she's going to outlive me. Okay, now what about when Mom dies? So I said, you'll get it, son. What would you do with it? I'm going to break the glass and go buy video games. So that's his perspective on this whole people in the naval aviation. So these are the kind of people you're going to serve with. Right now, it's all about the airplane and where you're going and how cool that is. But take time to get to know these people. Commodores, skippers, and most importantly, the instructors who groom these future leaders of naval aviation. We can't thank you enough for your hard work, high standards, and dedication to duty. I've always thought the most powerful legacy one can have in the military is through those who you have trained and the contributions that they will make in the future. Naval aviation, indeed, is in good hands. In closing, I would offer the following bit of advice to our wing class of naval flight officers. Number 1, start every day with a positive attitude. It's infectious and motivating and can have impact from anyone in the command, including ensigns and JGs. Take care of your troops. They will move mountains for you if they know you care. Treat every flight as though it is your last, and get the most out of every second of flight time. You will be taking off for your last flight in a long career before you know it. Never fail to speak up in the airplane. Even the most junior have a vote. Take care of your loved ones. Keep them informed. Thank them for their sacrifices. And go the extra mile for them when you can. They will be there long after the promotions, commands, medals, and flying fade into memories. God bless the wing class of Naval Flight Officers here today, their spouses, friends, and family. Thank you.